Hello and welcome! I'm going to run through several quick facts that I know you'll find pretty interesting, or even amazing. If you do, be sure to let me know in the comments. All right, let's go. Have you ever heard of heterochromia? It's a unique condition that causes two different colored eyes, or different colored parts within the same eye. It can either be harmlessly given genetically from birth, or it can also develop later in life due to certain medical conditions, injuries, or medications. Interestingly, the condition is fairly uncommon in humans, affecting roughly 1% of the global population, and is much more common in certain animal breeds. Christmas trees. We've all seen them, and maybe they're a part of your own Christmas tradition. But when did this tradition start? The practice of decorating evergreen trees for Christmas can be traced back to Germany in the 16th century, when Christians began bringing trees into their homes. Maybe something you didn't know is these early Christmas trees were often referred to as paradise trees and were decorated with apples, wafers, and other sweets, symbolizing the Garden of Eden and the Christian feast of Adam and Eve on December 24th. How about that? Are you alone? If not, take a good look at the person nearby you. You know, you're both not nearly as different as you might think. Really? That's because more than 99% of human DNA is shared, with only around 0.1% variation making each person unique. This means that we are all vastly more similar to one another than different. And who said science wasn't interesting? Who doesn't love a nicely warmed-up potato or some form of them? Couch potatoes excluded. Maybe then it's not too surprising to say that potatoes are the third most important food crop in the world, after rice and wheat. An estimated 3 billion people eat them regularly worldwide and are a crucial staple food, particularly in developing countries, where they're a vital source of nutrition and livelihood. If that wasn't enough, there are over 4,000 different varieties of potatoes, which can be blue, pink, red, brown, or yellow. There are two distinct species of African elephants, the savanna elephant and the forest elephant. Savanna or bush elephants found in sub-Saharan Africa are larger and have tusks that curve outwards. The forest elephants that live further north in wooded regions are smaller in size by comparison and have straighter, downward-pointing tusks. Both species are unfortunately listed as endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. Surveys estimate that approximately 415,000 African elephants are remaining as of 2025. With its immense size and diverse geography, Asia takes first place for the world's widest range of climates, encompassing everything from Arctic regions to tropical rainforests. More specifically, Asia stretches from the equator to the Arctic Circle, encompassing a broad range of latitudes, which is a major driver of climate variation, including high humidity in the southern regions, heavy seasonal rainfall, and even cold, frigid winters in the north. In ancient Egypt, people relied heavily on agriculture made possible by the Nile River for life. Its annual flooding deposits fertile silt along the riverbanks, creating ideal conditions for growing crops and sustaining their civilization in a largely desert environment. Crops grown in the Nile region were wheat, flax, lentils, onions, fruit, and barley for making beer, a daily drink for the Egyptians at the time. As a refresher from your last English lesson in school, a vowel is simply A, E, I, O, and U. But did you know that the word rhythm is the longest English word without a single vowel in it? On the contrary, the longest word with the most vowels is anti-disestablishmentarianism, which has 11 vowels. Would you believe that most ginger cats are male? Yes. Around 80% of ginger cats are male, because the gene that produces their orange fur is located on the X chromosome. Since females have two X chromosomes, they need to inherit the gene from both parents to be ginger. The more copies of the gene she inherits, the more ginger she will be. And there you have it. A little science just for the fun of it. Brussels sprouts may be the most disliked vegetable for most people, but did you know it's among the most nutritious of all of the veggies out there? Please and by all means, don't let me be the one to talk you into eating more Brussels sprouts. But know this, they're packed full of vitamins and minerals, have virtually no calories, no fat, no cholesterol, and they quickly fill you up. Not to mention, there are many creative ways to make them taste better. All right, that's enough of that. Next. Let's take a quick trip to Namibia in southern Africa. There, you'll find a surreal desert landscape called Dedvlei. This unique place has an ancient bleached white dried-up lake with starkly dead trees, all surrounded by beautiful red dunes. The visible contrasts between colors and its natural elements make this a must-visit attraction, as many have said. In your lifetime, you may have never heard of Dolbear's Law, but you certainly have heard crickets chirping. That's because this law, named after Amos Dolbear, describes the fascinating relationship between cricket chirps and temperature. The faster crickets chirp, the warmer the temperature is, usually. While useful as a rough indicator, using cricket chirps to determine temperature is not always perfectly accurate and can be affected by other factors such as humidity and the cricket's age. Pretty interesting, right? Thought so. Take a minute and comment your thoughts or which fact you liked best, would you? See you in the next video.